I thought I would pop on and give an update. So this is Stephanie versus the snack drawer, and I am on a weight loss journey, attempting to lose 125 pounds. I weighed myself this morning, and I am down 9 pounds. So my starting weight was 165. And this morning I weighed 156. So that's pretty awesome. It's only been, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks, give or take. Maybe I can look back and remember, or remind myself when exactly I started this weight loss journey, but it was a couple weeks before my first video. That's about all I remember. So yeah, 9 pounds down in 3-ish to 4-ish weeks, which is pretty awesome. I'm on my way back from shopping at Winco, and we used to shop at Winco all the time back when we lived in Salt Lake. But when we moved up here, the nearest Winco is a couple towns away, or a couple cities away, and it's like half an hour drive. So we don't make it out here very often. Usually we stay in our own little city and only occasionally make it out to the larger city. So we usually do our grocery shopping at Walmart or the smaller grocery store, the kind that would sell Kroger as its off-brand. It doesn't anymore, but it used to. Anyway, but Winco, we love Winco because they have great produce. Their bulk section is amazing. The interesting thing is that when we ate mostly whole food plant-based, that was several years ago, but Winco was our main place that we shopped. And so now when I go to Winco, it's sort of like an automatic, instinctive, subconscious, whatever thing to go for the whole plant-based foods, which is pretty cool. I spent a lot of time in the fresh produce section and got lots of fun stuff. I didn't realize until I was in the produce section how much I missed the specific sweet potatoes that they sell there at Winco. They're not the orange fleshed sweet potatoes. These ones, I mean, they have those, but the ones I'm talking about they have white flesh, kind of like regular potatoes. On the outside, they look almost exactly the same as the orange sweet potatoes. I don't know what these ones are called specifically because they're at Winco. They are simply listed as sweet potatoes, but these ones are sweeter, and when you bake them for a long time at a low temperature, they get, well, not too low, but yeah, anyway, they get soft and they get caramelized, and it's reminiscent. Eating these when they've been cooked right is reminiscent of eating a toasted marshmallow. It's not a substitute. It's not like you wouldn't eat that and say, oh my gosh, it's exactly like a toasted marshmallow. But it is reminiscent of one, which is really nice. And they make a great snack. So I bought like 4 or 5 of them, and I'm looking forward to having those again, because Winco is the only place the only place that I have been that sells them. I know that they have them in other places, but in the places where I've lived, Winco is where to buy them. So I'm so excited. One of my commenters suggested that I try kabocha squash, but I haven't been able to find any. I looked for it at Winco. I've looked at Walmart and our other small grocery store. They don't have them there. There's a couple other places back in the big city. I feel like a little country folk saying that, but anyway, there's a few places in town that we can try and see if they have kabocha squash, but I'm not confident because we live in an area that isn't very culturally open. I don't know. That's probably not the right phrase for it. Like, there's a lot of restaurants, like small restaurants in our city and the neighboring cities, specifically ours and the big town, but there's lots of smaller restaurants that have a variety of cuisines. There's Thai and Indian and Korean and Mexican and some Chinese. There's a sushi place, there's Mongolian, a whole bunch of others that I'm not listing. But as far as grocery shopping and buying the fun ingredients like kabocha squash or taro root, I love taro, but yeah, things like that, it's hard to buy. You know, it's hard. In Salt Lake, we had a little miniature Chinatown. It was like 2 blocks, but they had an Asian grocery store that was amazing. It had like all the Asian ingredients, and oh, I loved going there. We would get baby bok choy, and I would get taro to cook with onions and coconut milk. It's a something that they do in like Tonga, and oh, so delicious. And we would get like all the Asian snacks and just fun things. My fuel level is low, huzzah. But they don't have anything like that here. I've looked. There's a couple places where you can get different nationalities of groceries and stuff, but not like specifically Asian groceries, which are the ones that I really like. Just because that's what we had in Salt Lake and I loved going there. But anyway, I have gotten way off topic. I was talking about shopping at Winco and trying to find kabocha squash. I couldn't find it. Anyway, so I got butternut. I got a whole bunch of other produce. And in the bulk section, I got some muesli, and I got red lentils and French green lentils, and they have this dried vegetable soup mix where it's basically just a whole bunch of dried vegetables, and you can add it to soups. My kids love doing ramen, and they will love adding this to their ramen. Particularly my oldest, she loves making her ramen like really fancy. She adds a bunch of stuff to it. I didn't shop completely plant-based there because we're not plant-based anymore. I got some cottage cheese because that's high in protein, and I got a package of boneless chicken breast because we like eating chicken. I got a whole bunch of tuna and some light mayonnaise because I love tuna salad. I'm using MyFitnessPal to track my calories, and while I'm not particularly worrying about macros at this point, I'm mostly focused on the calories, but I was curious how I was doing as far as macros, and I found that I'm getting not as much protein and fiber as is recommended for my weight and height and femaleness. And I'm getting a lot more fats and sugars than I should be, which isn't surprising because, like I said, I'm not really focused on making sure I'm getting a bunch of protein and fiber. I'm just eating less food. But I do want to not necessarily like make absolutely sure that I'm getting every nutrient and every macro that I'm supposed to be getting. I'm not there at this point. I do want to try to get like better about proteins and fiber because those are important. So that's where I'm at now. 9 pounds down, healthy grocery shopping. I would do a grocery haul, but as soon as I get home, I need to like put everything away right away because I have a therapist appointment in like 20 minutes and I'm still a ways away from home. So I need to get home, get the groceries into the house, and actually I'll probably just have the kids put them away and I will head over to my appointment. Maybe another time I'll do grocery haul stuff, but it's not super important, but you know, if anyone's curious. So yeah, it's been a pretty good morning so far. And I will have another update at some point later. Thanks for watching. Give me a like if you want, subscribe if you want, and bye.